All right, how's everybody doing today? If you see my first speech, my first video, then you might remember that I talked about how much I love the outdoors and how much I love fishing. So I'm actually going to try to teach you guys today how to tie on a fishing hook and throw on one of my favorite rigs or lures, baits, what have you, which is known as a Texas rig. So first things first, you need your fishing pole. Obviously, if you don't have a fishing pole, then you're kind of shit out of luck and you should probably get a fishing pole. Another thing you're going to need is a bullet weight. You don't have to, but I choose to use weights, as well as your worm hook, fishing hook. So start with your bullet weight. That's got to go on first. Just throw it right in, start with the point of the weight, insert your line, grab the end, and then you can just let it fall. That thing out of the way now. Good to go. And you need your hook. You want to face it so that way the point of the hook is facing the end of your line. Not like this, just like that. Insert the end of your line, move it up to about like 6 or 7 inches. Then grab the end of your line with your pointer and your thumb of your other hand. So you have this little loop as well as this little tag right here. Now this part seems kind of complicated, but it's very easy. Very easy once you get the hang of it. Take your finger while still holding this side, insert it through the loop, and move it all the way to the eyelid of the hook. Then you just spin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I did it 6 times. That's just my preferred number of times to twist it. It's gonna it's gonna make sure it's tight enough so that way the hook doesn't come untied or anything, and it's not too excessive to where it's gonna make it difficult to actually tie. Now you're gonna have this tiny loop with your finger still on top of the hook. You're gonna have this tiny loop right here. You want to put your thumb in there and grab that tag that you started with, and you just pull it until it cinches down to the top of the hook, and you have all these little twists, all these little loops lining this first inch or so of your line. So you grab your hook. This is the last step. Grab your hook, grab the end of the line, and just pull. And it cinches all those loops down. So you have a nice secure knot right on top. Very easy to tie, once you get the hang of it, muscle memory, it's very easy to do in the dark. That's why I like tying it. Then this little tag right here, you can just cut most of it off. And then we move on to the bait. This is a crawfish bait. Start with the top of the bait. You got your hook facing the same way as when you tied it, just upside down. Insert it into the top about 1/4 of an inch. So it's just like that. Push it out the back. Now it can slide freely up and down the hook. You want to move it all the way to the top, where the eyelid is, right where that bend is. So it's all the way at the top now. Then you just twist the hook 180 degrees. That allows the bait to sit right there on that little shelf, right there on that little bend. So it's nice and straight. It's not crooked, it's not sideways, twisted or anything. It's nice and straight on that hook. And you take the other end of the hook, insert it into the back of the bait towards the bottom of the hook. So what you can do is you can actually take your thumb and mark where the bottom of that hook reaches, and that's where you can insert it. And then just push it right out the other side. Just like that. Now if you want to make it weedless, you can actually throw that point, just the point, into a portion of that bait. Move your bullet weight, let it fall all the way down, and now you are pretty much all set to cast your line in the water and hopefully catch more and a bigger fish than I do on a regular basis. Well, I hope I was able to teach you guys something, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week.